Good evening, everybody. It is the end of the workday, and so I'm getting started on my ideal night routine. I will preface by saying this is not exactly how it goes every night, but I'm putting my walking shoes on because I didn't get all the steps in that I wanted to today, so I'm going to go on a quick walk and just try to catch up on that. Just been working on the computer most of the day. My goal is to hit 10K steps a day. So I'm about halfway there right now, and I'm just gonna go on a couple miles of a walk, and then we'll be back and continue in the evening routine. Walk done. Let's see where we ended up with steps. We're almost to 8,000. So, by the time I keep walking around the house tonight, I might hit 8,000, which is great. We're gonna go inside and start making some dinner. Okay, I'm gonna start making dinner now. I think I'm gonna cook out of Cambria's cookbook. Well, I love this cookbook. I've been cooking out of it a lot lately. I think I might do the burger bowls just because that's a little easier. But everyone should follow Cambria. This cookbook is so good. I have not made a recipe that I have been disappointed in yet. But one thing actually that I like to do when I'm cooking dinner is set the lighting when it starts getting dark outside for the night routine, just kind of like winding down from work. Trying to use warmer lighting, so there's a couple different lamps that I've turned on just to make it a little more cozy and just to signal to my body that it's time to relax and stop thinking about work things. So we're gonna get started on these burger bowls and continue enjoying the night. Okay, now that I'm in my cozy clothes, I'm gonna get a little sweet treat because that's one of my favorite nighttime routine pieces. And Harrison and I are gonna go hang out for a little bit before it's actually bedtime. I have some chocolate, and we're gonna go downstairs, I think, watch a movie or a TV show or do something fun together. Okay, everybody, it is the time of night to get ready for bed. It is a Friday night, so we stayed up a little later than we normally do. It's almost 11 o'clock. Usually I try to be in bed by 10 o'clock, but basically I'm just gonna get unready for the day, brush my teeth, do all that stuff, and then we usually stay in bed and read for a little bit. The reason I'm doing the evening routine first instead of a morning routine is because I think the evening routine sets you up for a good morning routine. And I've noticed the times that my morning routine doesn't actually get followed through with is because I didn't follow through with a good evening routine. Things like going to bed at the right time or not putting my phone away when I should. I don't charge my phone in our room. We both charge our phones in the bathroom or downstairs and just leave it out of the room so that we're actually sleeping when we're supposed to be sleeping. I've just noticed a big difference on the days that I'm in a routine and I'm getting up at the same time every day. I'm going to bed at the same time every day, and then when that gets disrupted, I can feel a really big difference in my attitude and my focus and my energy and all those things. When I was younger, sometimes I used to skip these parts of getting ready for bed because I'd be too tired. But I've realized as I've gotten older that it really doesn't take that long. And I will feel better if I take my makeup off, if I take my contacts out instead of sleeping with them. I mean, I haven't done that in years, but just like those things that maybe when I was younger, I used to think it wasn't a big deal and just fall asleep. But how much grosser I feel when I don't do those things. Okay, one other part of my getting ready for bed routine that I'm not very good at doing super often, but I want to be better, is doing a magnesium spray, just to get enough magnesium for the day. The thing that with the topical magnesium spray is you spray it on, leave it on for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes or so, and then you come and you spray it off if you want, because it gets kind of itchy and also it's like oily, so I don't really want to get that all over my bed. But it's good for combining with my like reading time. Usually I'll read for at least 15 minutes. So I just set a timer when I go in my room after I spray this on, and then come wash it off real quick in the shower before I get in bed, and then I go to sleep. So I'm gonna go spray this on and then we'll go read. But you just do a couple sprays on your legs and rub it in. And I just do the tops of my legs so that I can lay in bed and it's not like getting all over my sheets. And then I will come back in here in 15 minutes. Also, I'm gonna wash my hands now, but hey Siri, set a timer for 15 minutes. Good morning. I am getting ready to go on a walk. That's usually the first thing that I do in the morning. Either I'm doing a walk or working out, but since it's the weekend, we're just gonna go on a walk. Sometimes Harrison will go with me, but today he has worship practice for church, so he's going there right now. In the mornings, I usually try to leave my phone put away. When I go on a walk, I grab it because that's how I count my steps. And usually on my walks, I am calling people or catching up on texts that I need to send out. So that's actually a helpful boundary that when I get back from my walk, I'll try to put my phone down. And I'm not perfect at this every morning. I struggle just to like get sucked into if I happen to open Instagram. And then I start wasting time. And so I'm just trying to be more disciplined about that. But we're gonna go on this walk. I might call my mom. Yeah, let's go. Okay, now that I'm back from my walk, I think I'm gonna make some breakfast. So I'm gonna have some eggs and bacon, turkey bacon. I've been trying to get more protein in the morning, so eggs have actually been almost every day. Sometimes I get the egg ick, but that's not relevant. After we eat breakfast, then we'll go up, and that's usually when I shower and get ready for the day, and then I get into my quiet time, and those are kind of the main pillars of my morning routine. But breakfast is very important. It's not my favorite meal of the day, but it is an important meal of the day, so let's make this. My makeup routine hasn't changed since high school, really, except I used to do my eyebrows and I don't do that anymore. We won't talk about those days, but yeah, I've only ever really just done eye makeup, and some days I only do mascara and not eyeshadow, but I've been slowly trying to switch my products over to more natural ones, so my makeup, not all of it has been switched, but things like natural deodorant, I've been using this one from Wild. I actually don't know, I have multiple different scents, so I'm not sure which one it is, but that stuff. You saw in my shower routine, I'm using Attitude stuff for hair care and body care and my face, just all those things, just trying to slowly switch over from non-toxic or to non-toxic things. On the weekends it's usually very relaxed. So like this morning I've been able to move a little bit slower than normal, but I still do most of the same things on a less ideal morning where I am in more of a rush. That's just why having a consistent routine is really important, because you can schedule out and know what you actually have time for in the morning. So on days when I am like running off to go to work, I just need to be more structured with my time, and that's why having a routine is very important and doing it even on the weekends. Now before I go down and start reading my Bible, I am just going to pick up my room, make my bed, just get everything set so that I'm set up for my nighttime routine at the end of the day. I have to confess, I tried to open Instagram multiple times today, and I'm actually so thankful that I put this blocker up on it, because if it wasn't there, I would have got sucked in and lost so much time of my morning routine. The app that I use is called OneSec, and so basically when you try to open Instagram, it comes up with this intervention, and the screen comes up. Like this morning where I know I'm trying to be mindful of not going on Instagram. It's so helpful just to have that split second of pause to be like, do you really want to do that? and me to be like, no, you're right, I'm just doing it because of habit now, and it's just helping me to like restructure my habits and to be aware of when I'm trying to open Instagram and ultimately going to be wasting my time. So that is super beneficial for any of my routines, is to have things like that, or to have the downtime set up on my phone. It's just crazy. You don't think super often about just that subconscious desire to pick it up and just go straight to Instagram or whatever app of your choice. But I'm just very thankful that my yesterday self put that blocker back on, knowing I'm trying to be better about my routines and more conscious of my social media consumption. So anyways, we are going to go downstairs and read our Bible now. And yeah, that's kind of the last big thing for my morning routine. Let's go do it. Okay. So now we come to the most important part of the morning routine, even though it's not the first part of the morning routine, and that is reading my Bible and spending some time in prayer. And the reason I don't do this immediately when I wake up is because I'm asleep. I've tried to do it where I read my Bible as soon as I wake up and let that be the actual first thing that I do. But I've noticed when I've tried that my brain is not processing what I'm reading. I'm falling asleep when I'm doing it because I'm not fully awake yet. There's kind of a zombie mode for the first little bit of the morning, and so I want my brain to be fully ready to just take in whatever God has to say to me from his word. And so I do wait to do this usually till after breakfast and after I've gotten ready, because then I'm in like a state of ready to take stuff in. And I think there's benefit to doing this before any of those things, but this is just what works best for me. I think regardless, if you can do this in the morning, that is the best. This is going to set up your day for success in just your attitude and your perspective throughout the day, just to be centered on Christ. And so I do think this is the most important part of my morning routine, even though it's the last main part of what I'm doing. 100% do it before you do any work or go on social media like I got blocked from doing, which I'm so thankful again that I got blocked so that I can take in God's word before I'm taking in anything from the world through social media. Okay, it's time to make my coffee for the morning. What am I gonna make? Am I feeling something hot or cold? Honestly, a cold foam sounds really good, like a salted honey cold foam, so I might do that. But it's so cozy, so a hot drink sounds good too. We'll see. This is just like my favorite weather. It's so cozy. It's perfect for just staying home. And so on a morning where I can just do that, it's the best. And a morning coffee always makes it better. So usually I make my coffee at home on a morning routine and just take it to go with me wherever. So I think I'm going to make, I think I'm going to do the salted honey foam. It sounds really good. Oh, I've showed myself making my coffee before, but this is my espresso machine, and my in-laws also have a Keurig, so some days if I'm in a rush, it's Keurig. But most days I do use my espresso machine. I'll link it below. It's from Amazon. It's definitely a budget espresso machine, but so far, I've loved it. I feel like when I first started using it, still figuring it out, obviously it's not the same as when you go to an actual coffee shop or like the Breville espresso machine, but for a budget espresso machine, it makes really good coffee. Or should I say I make really good coffee. It's good. I would recommend if you can't afford one of the bigger ones. The only thing that I don't like about this is the steaming wand is not good. So I don't use a steaming wand. I usually just use a frother, but I won't be doing that today because I'm not making a hot coffee. But here we go. Is this the best drink I've ever made? Maybe. You guys need to make this. Dude, that's so good. Okay, we're at the end of my morning routine. This is the last thing I do in the mornings. Again, I just want to say that this is my ideal morning routine, and it doesn't always end up this way, and that's okay. I think having morning routine is really beneficial. It just helps my mind. Morning and evening routine, it just helps my mind too. Just to not feel so scrambled all the time. But there are times that the schedule gets scrambled up, and that's okay, and you gotta be flexible. But the last thing I do is look at my planner and see what I need to do for the day. I have a daily planner where I can schedule out my whole day and put my to-do list on. And then I have my full planner with the month and the week, so I can see what's going on this whole week, what's going on next week that I might need to get ready for. And yeah, basically I just look through both of those, look through my phone. Can you tell I'm a big calendar person? I have both of these, and I have like my phone calendar. And so I look at all of those together to figure out my plan for the day. So we're gonna do that for today, and then that's pretty much the morning routine. Then we're just gonna jump into the day. Okay, so I'm all planned for my day, things I need to get done, and just thank you for coming along with me for my morning and evening routine. And I just hope that this is helpful to you if you kind of struggle like I have in the past with figuring out a good schedule. And this is by no means like you should do it this way. Just supposed to be inspiration for you. I sat down and rearranged things in those routines a lot just to figure out what would actually work best for me. And everyone's different, so yeah, just good habits and routines are so important. And the older that I get, the more I understand that it's hard to just switch things up all the time and not have any consistency. And I work multiple jobs, so which is my preference. I like doing that. I need some variety, but there's a difference, I think, between variety and chaos. And it can feel chaotic when I don't have good routines in place. And so these are really important for just setting me up for success every day. And especially like I was talking about this morning, like my quiet time with the Lord, like having that be a non-negotiable, which I act like it is negotiable and I don't do it every day. But I want it to become something that I can't not do every morning. I want other things to get put off instead of that. And so, yeah, I pray that this is helpful, that you feel encouraged and inspired, and that you can just come along with me as I try to have good habits, because I suck at habits and I'm just slowly learning and getting better, and like I said, figuring out what works best for me and my personality type and my tendencies. And so it helps a lot to have people there to support you. So Harrison helps with this so much because he also has routines and habits that are good, and that helps me to stick to my routines and habits. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'm just going to enjoy this weekend with not much going on. So it's a beautiful fall day. It feels so cozy. I'm excited for today. And that's what a good routine does. Makes you excited and ready for the day. Okay, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.